Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fandango Friday. Ron DeTerrio, we have a rum taste challenge tonight, and all the other guests will have their features.
Hey.
Here's Joe Pessamato. Jojo, what do you have tonight on Fandango Friday?
Yeah, I got the new Wachusett Winter.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, I have a taste challenge.
Okay.
Cheers. Brian, that's
How you doing?
Homebrew.
How's it going, Jojo?
How you doing, Thrash?
Cheers, I saw you on his last stream.
Oh, cheers. Thanks. Yep. I'm back.
So what do you have tonight for Fandango Friday?
I'm just going to continue what I did last night.
Hey, Alex, join up, and then you can do your food broadcast.
We're going to Fandango CBS.
Well. I did a bourbon barrel experiment today.
Nice.
I had some Guinness Foreign Extra Stout.
Nice.
And what I did was I added Old Crow to it.
Interesting.
Nice. Sounds good.
Because my friend David was saying, why do people pay so much for bourbon barrel? You could just add your own bourbon in. So we did an experiment with CBS, and we liked it. So then I figured, yeah, and it came out interesting if you watched our duo review. And so what we did was we took that, and then what I did was I did the Old Crow, and then I'm going to do a Canadian blended whiskey added to Foreign Extra Stout, and then the third one will be Scotch whiskey added to Foreign Extra, just to see what it's like.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I tonight have from 1971 Bocador. The glare is kind of bad, but I have Bocador rum. It's the white label from Philadelphia. Well, it's from the Caribbean, but it's bottled in Philadelphia.
Okay.
There's Alex.
Hey, Alex.
From New Jersey.
What's up, Brian? What's up, Ron?
And hey, Alex, and I'm going to do a taste challenge. I'm going to do a taste challenge against the Captain Morgan White, which was introduced in 2014, only 5 years ago. Now we have James P. Madonna from New Jersey. He's going to present something. He has a liquor tonight, I do believe.
What's up, James?
Hey, greetings, everyone. Oh, Mr. Thrash.
How you doing, bud?
Thank you for recommending Panda, the free antivirus. It is so simplistic.
Yep.
And it's one of the very few that allows you to pre-schedule your scannings automatically.
Yep.
And automatic updating also as well.
Yep.
Before I forget, I just wanted, as soon as I saw
Oh,
you.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, I've been looking for a lot of free antivirus, and I've been using that one for years now.
It's the only one that allows you to do those things with the free version.
Now, we have John in LA, and then we have a drunken one in the basement, so we're going to rotate people in and out. We could have a big crowd tonight.
I'm going to leave then, Ron, so John can and everybody else can join.
Well, hold on, Alex.
No, I'm going to go to Avatar when somebody's doing,
Now, Alex. Well, I have it. Hold on. I don't think anybody has to go to Avatar because I have it on a setting that's not going to jam up. But Alex, you don't have a beer or liquor tonight?
No, I don't. That's why I'm going to just sign
off. Okay.
Now, nice to see you, James P. Madonna. Nice to meet you again, bud.
I'm sorry. What was that, Alex?
I said it's nice meeting you, James P. Madonna.
Oh no, I've met you before on here.
He said nice meeting you again.
Oh, by the way, I do a lot of cooking tips for men that can't even boil water on my food and drink group. So if you're really into the culinary arts, let me know. If you really have a passion for talking about food, we can give tips on for these guys out here that can't even boil water.
Yeah, Alex.
I'll talk to you about food and all, but because I love food. But.
Yeah, Alex. James talked to me off air and said he wanted to do a video with you about some food issues. So that could be interesting.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna start a show called Alpha Males. I already have 6. Counting me, I already have 6 people that want to do it, and we're gonna talk about all stuff that's important for men to know, and how to cook and not depend on a woman to starve you or cook for you is a good thing. So anyway, we'll talk another time.
Yes, James. I'll talk to you later, my man.
Yeah,
Brian,
all right.
I'll see you later.
Hold on, Alex. Hold on, Alex.
Hold on,
Alex, hold on. What is your show tonight?
It is what's it called? Food Fridays with Alex, but it's shrimp.
Shrimp.
Okay. Ooh,
Nice.
Cameroons.
So it's gonna be shrimp.
I had a
All
lot.
right, Alex. See you later. You drop off. I'm gonna add Drunken One.
All right, man. See you later.
See you in a bit, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
What's up, John?
What's going on?
All right, bud.
Hey, John.
What's going on, guys?
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh boy, it's trouble now.
Yeah, you're here. Cheers, gang. Nice to see you.
Yeah, it's
Cheers.
true, Backwood.
So, well,
Getting back to answering Jay's question, I brought Southern Comfort.
oh, now which one? There's a variety. Oh, the 80 proof. Okay.
Yeah, and I have the page up, and it was invented by a New Orleans native. So I have something to read. A little bit to read.
Now, James, somebody gave you a question here before we go through everybody.
No, I'm not excited about Michael Bloomberg. He's a munchkin that belongs on the yellow brick road. No billionaires in the campaign. We want people that only take donations from the little guy, not owe the fat cats favors.
All right.
Get the corruption out of politics.
So we have Drunken One in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
We have myself in Louisiana. We have John and Ilya in Georgia with Georgia Beer Reviews. We have now way out west. Well, not way out west for us, of course, because we're further east. We have Thrash Metal Homebrew. Brian, he's in Colorado.
Oh, he's not that way out. Well, sort of way out.
Well, in a relative sense for us,
I'm up against the mountains.
Hey, Mr. Colorado, look what I got on.
South Park.
There we go.
That's right, in honor of Thrash, who gave me the tip on the free antivirus.
And then we have James in New Jersey, and then we have Joe in Massachusetts. So, well, we're going to go west to east like I like to do because I get easily confused. And so Thrash is going to tell us about exciting beer.
Yeah, this is the first 4-pack I got. The CBS, Founder CBS. This one was brewed on the 8th of October. Yeah, 8th of October. It's the 11.3%. Did a review last night, so if you want to go to my channel, it's about an hour long. Had some people that had done a review the night before and just went over my first tasting of the mighty Founders CBS.
The mighty, right? It is so very yummy.
Yep. So here we are.
And now Drunken One out in Texas, a little further east in the west.
All right. Yeah, I got a little something from Colorado myself. This one is from the Breckenridge Brewery, and it is the Christmas Ale. It's winter warmer.
You got Brian. You still got Brian presented there, Ron.
Oh yes, sorry. I was trying to work on something. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's the Breckenridge Brewery Christmas Ale, 7.1%, and I've never ever tried it. It sounds pretty yummy, I guess. We have mixed 6, and so this was just one I thought I might just pull out of there. Anyway, and as for the CBS, it's so awesome. Matter of fact, I got 9 more bottles like that.
Wow. 9 more bottles.
Yeah, I went there, and and John, real quick, John, when we did that review the other day, it was of the 19. They liked me so much, they gave me the damn box I came in, even, right? It's got the CBS right there. There. It's
Right.
on the 1123. So it's actually the box they came in, and yeah, there's a. Well, I've got them kind of spaced out for weight purposes, but anyway, there's 9 of them in there. That means I spent too much money on beer. Anyway, that's what it means.
No such thing.
Yeah, no
exactly.
such thing.
Okay, so yeah, let me crack into this. I'll show you all the 4, and then you can go on and do y'all's business some more. Anyway, a little can of smoke off of it there. Hopefully my camera's doing well. Clean glass. It's not chilled, but it is a clean glass this time.
Yeah, that's a good beer. I've had that quite a few times. It's a nice one.
All you need is gravity.
Never said it. Look at all the bubbles. It looks pretty nice. It's not as dark as it looks on camera. It's kind of like a brownish color, caramel maybe. Just throw some light on it. See if it'll help out. Not really. It ain't helping a bit, is it? Yeah, it's more like that color. Yeah, something like that. You know, whatever color that is. All right, cheers.
Reddish brown. Yeah.
There
Now,
you go.
now I'm gonna go next, and well, unfortunately, we can't get Breckenridge beers in Louisiana, to my knowledge. Now, I've said that before, and I turn around and see it in the store, but I've never seen it. I've seen it on road trips to Texas, stopping at HEB. So I have the 2 rums. I have the Captain Morgan from 2014 here, and I have the Bocador. Captain Morgan is bottled in Connecticut. It's from St. Croix. Bocador is bottled in Philadelphia, from somewhere in the Caribbean. They're both clear, so the appearance won't matter. But I'll mix them up while y'all are talking, then I'll try to do a taste challenge. My prediction, here's my prediction live on air. The Bocador is $8.99 for a standard size bottle. Oh, I'm sorry, for a liter. $8.99 for a liter.
Wow.
Whereas the Morgan White is $10.99 for a 750. So I think it's going to be almost a draw, which would mean what? Bocador would win by default, right? When you consider the price point.
Yep.
There's a helicopter flying
Exactly.
close to me. Right. Why is that helicopter? Oh, they put the lights on the tower. Well, okay. Something's going on out there. Some kind of, I don't know what. Why there's a helicopter flying.
It's your security team. It's Ron's security team.
Hey, Maxwell. I don't know why it's flying over my house.
The official Fandango shop.
Hold on a second. This is bizarre.
They knew you were going live.
I think it's flying to the National Guard station, which is about 2 miles, no, 3.5 miles northwest of me. So I'm
So you had your own.
anyway. So now we're going to go to John Neely and Georgia Beer Reviews. He has something for us tonight.
All right. Yeah, I've got one I've never had before. This is from Farmville, North Carolina. It's the Duck Rabbit Amber Ale.
Oh, I've had their milk stout.
I've got one of the milk stouts in the fridge. I haven't had any Duck Rabbit beers, but I've been seeing them for a while, been wanting to try them. So I got a few singles and a make your own 6-pack at Kroger. One strange thing about this beer, there's no ABV listed on the label anywhere, but I did look it up, and it's 5.5% alcohol. IBUs are not listed.
Now, that label, can you show us that label?
Yeah. Sorry for the
ask
glare,
you,
but
or is that a rabbit? Is that a duck or is that a rabbit? Is
it's
that a duck?
I don't know. Yeah.
I would adopt the Moreau creatures.
It's a duck rabbit.
It's a
But
rabbit.
anyway, I already poured it, but that's what it looks like, kind of a hazy amber color, which is strange. I was expecting it to be clear, and I don't know if the camera's doing it justice, but it's very hazy, and it smells almost like a Belgian beer. I'm getting like banana and clove notes on the aroma. But anyway, we'll come back around for all that later. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take a sip, though, because this is my first beer. It's been a long week, and cheers to Fandango Friday and the weekend.
Cheers, John.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers
cheers,
to you.
John.
The feeling. I had a long day at work today. It was tough. but it was productive. Okay, and I got a good workout. James P. Madonna.
Okay. Now, of course, 80 proof, 40% alcohol by volume, Southern Comfort. I'm learning something just now. Established 1874. M.W. Heron, New Orleans, Spirit of New Orleans. And let me see what the website says about it. Okay. Pretty much what I said. Yeah. And I'm just surprised how old the company is. 140 years. M.W. Heron, like the bird. The grand old drink of the South, way back in 1874. They're calling it a whiskey, but I guess it's a cross between the whiskey and the liqueur, or whiskey liqueur. There's a Southern Comfort 100 proof, and these are the original, and this is 80 proof. So it's interesting. I like when I learn new things.
Southern
Yeah,
Comfort's good. Yeah.
It's definitely one of the legendary brands.
Okay,
Sure.
for it.
Is that a glass bottle, James, or is that a little plastic bottle?
No, it's plastic, so it did not go in the freezer. All right, everybody's favorite shot glass until it breaks. Anyway, let me smell it. I've had it back in the 1980s. That's the last time when my grandfather definitely has a liqueur aroma. It's sweetness. Yeah, like a cross between a bourbon and a liqueur, but it's not overly sweet like a standard liqueur.
Yeah, it's a spiced whiskey, huh?
Yeah. It's actually I could tolerate this for drinking on occasion. I mean, it's too sweet for me to have often, but
Yeah,
on occasion, I can handle this a lot more than other liqueurs like the Jägermeister and so on and so forth. I do want to try some really good quality schnapps, though, Jay, if I could find a good imported one. Because I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger pouring schnapps in his protein drink in the blender. So it kind of put the bug in my head. But anyway, it's pretty good. I mean, for like a holiday or Sunday, if you got people over, whether you want them over or not, it's a good sipping beverage. Okay, that's pretty much. I mean, to grade this would be tough because I can't grade it as a liqueur. Can't really grade it as a bourbon, but I can give it like a generic.
Yeah, we get an overall rating a little bit. Yeah. We're going to go to Joe, and he's going to tell us.
Go to Joe. Come back, yeah.
All right, guys. So I brought tonight with me Wachusett Winter.
Watusi. What?
Yep. This is out of Westminster, Massachusetts. The brewery itself started in 1994. This is a fairly new beer, though. I believe it was introduced last year, 2018. It gets a 84 on Beer Advocate. It is
now, Joe. Hold on just a moment. Let me interrupt you. We got Whiskey Scout waiting in the basement, so don't worry, Whiskey Scout. We haven't forgotten about you. I'm going to add you. We'll rotate you in and out. I'll remove myself, and then
just remove me.
No, I'll remove myself.
Finish.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish.
Yep. So it has a 6.5% alcohol by volume. Wachusett Brewery was started in 1994 by 3 college friends. That was kind of interesting. I've always liked Wachusett. I've never had this particular beer, but I've had their Wachusett Blueberry, which I like a lot. I go to my park a lot every summer, and this bar right next door across the park has it on tap all the time. So it's one of my favorite ales. But I'm excited about this. I've never had it before. So also has 23 IBUs. I don't know if I said that yet. Pretty excited to try it.
Go ahead, start trying it.
Oh. All right, going in for the pour. Kind of a deep copper color here.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Very attractive.
Decent amount of head right here. It's kind of going down pretty quickly though.
Big bubbles.
Big bubbles.
Yep. Do you want me to go in with the aroma too, or do you?
Yeah, you may as well go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm definitely getting a lot of the spice here. Some caramel, definitely malty. A little bit of vanilla as well, and a lot of nutmeg for sure. So looking forward to trying it. So
Cheers to you. Hey, Backwoods Billy, you always commenting, but you ought to be in these hangouts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
I got an interesting Thanksgiving story. Backwards Billy just reminded me of it that I got to tell Jay later, but it's
Okay.
it's quite amusing, and it should be public.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Continue.
What's up?
Go ahead, Joe.
oh, going for the taste as well?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's why we had that dead silence, because we were waiting
Yeah.
on you.
Everything but the number, the rating.
Okay.
Everything but the rating.
So definitely malty. Definitely getting that caramel. A lot of spice. Not really too hoppy. Faint hops. Getting a little bit of vanilla, but a lot of spice for sure. So very good. Creamy. Not too much carbonation. Definitely like a typical, holiday spice beer though. It's very good. So I'll mull it over.
Yeah. Okay. Now here's Tim, another guy that ought to be in the hangout. All right. Well, I'm going to give you my little rundown, and then I'm going to drop out and let everybody, because the Whiskey Scouts got to come in. So here I have the two rums. I'm going to highlight myself.
There you go.
Appearance doesn't matter, as you can see. The aroma is, it's 80% alcohol. I'm going to update the comments in a minute, but I'm going to work on this. I'll go back to everybody. It smells like wood and some very light charcoal. It almost comes across as like a pepper, like a black pepper, but it isn't that, of course. And then you have the pale, very, very light molasses. It's a full nose. Now over here, I think somebody's got some background noise. I don't know who, but now over here, this one is a little milder in the nose. It's not as pronounced, or I should say, it's not as bold. Less pepper, less wood, a little more water than molasses. Since it has more water, that's making me think. I don't know. It's a blind taste test. I think that might be the Bocador, because you figure with a more high-profile brand like Captain Morgan, it would have a stronger and more, more bountiful flavor. But sometimes you could be very tricked. Now, a little taste here. I don't know. I got to think about this before I call it. Now, as far as flavor, I'm not seeing a $3, $4, $5 bottle difference. I have to be honest. I don't care about Bocador. I don't know anything about the company except it's family owned. Their website doesn't even work anymore. It's kind of like a low budget family owned liquor company in Philadelphia in the warehouse district. You'll never take a tour there because they don't offer any. So they kind of like exist on the margins of the liquor world. but still, it tastes pretty good. Now, Captain Morgan's from one of your premier liquor companies on the planet. They got the money, they got the cachet, they got the website with the videos, the flash, all the sparkles, the television commercials. But nah, I'm not seeing any appreciable difference. And so that can give a strong argument for your local independent family-owned distilling companies. You might get something just as good as the big boys. I didn't say you would. I say you might. But I'm going to drop out for a little while, and then I'll come back, and we're going to add the Whiskey Scout, and he's going to tell us about his product, and he's going to give us a rundown on it. And so I'm going to take my stuff out. Let me get this going here. Let's see. So
Who had that? Rubber.
Hey, how you doing, Drucker?
How's it going?
Oh, right.
All right, what I got here it's called MIG Fuel. It's a 45% alcohol by volume, grape spirits with natural formula. I couldn't pass up on the marketing. I mean, something titled MIG Fuel is pretty interesting. When it says grape spirits with natural color, you go, well, natural color, then you go to the back and it says colored with FD&C red number 40 and yellow number 5.
Nice.
I don't know that must be natural colors. I didn't think so, but anyway, it's got all this marketing on it. I mean, you got little things that look like fuel gauges and stuff like that up and down the side. I'll give you just a hair bit of let me pour it and I'll talk to you a little bit about the marketing. So you can see the color because it's definitely different.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, it's almost like, think of watermelon Jolly Rancher color.
It looks like the juice that's in like a jar of maraschino cherries.
Yeah,
Sort of.
it's close to that. It's close.
It kind of does. Doesn't it?
It looks like MIG fuel.
That's
There you go.
there you go.
I'm saying Di Serono too, kind of.
It says, toasting the successful completion of every mission is part of a long-standing tradition by MiG pilots. What you're holding is a blend of naturally flavored Russian spirits inspired by these fearless flyers. It is no accident that the color is reminiscent of JP-8 jet fuel. Prepare for your next adventure with MiG fuel. Strap in, throttle up, and go vertical.
Pull up a piece of floor.
I mean, they got the marketing down tight. It is distilled spirit specialty, a product of Kyrgyz Republic, former CCCP. It's imported by Phoenix Brands, St. Louis, Missouri. So anyway, I seen it, 1999. Marketing ate me up. I had to try it. I've already had some over the past couple of months.
You should make it in Chernobyl.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, they should. Because trust me, it's about that speed. And it's got cherry. First thing that hits you is cherry cough syrup. I mean, it slaps you with Vicks cherry cough syrup. You know, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing stuff that they got the cherry flavor in. That's the very first thing you get.
Maybe Vladimir Putin uses it to bump people off. Who knows?
Distilled in reactor 4.
In fact, other than that, that's about all you get. There is like a little bit of, I do have to admit, there's a little grape note in there, but it's real well hidden. You got to really look for it. Mostly cherry to me. It may not have any cherry in it, but it sure smells like it.
As long as you don't have a third eye growing out of the middle of your forehead tomorrow.
Okay. On the palate, it is grape. It loses that cherry distinction. It's got a good burn, and I mean a good burn. It is 45%, 90 proof. And you feel every bit of it. There's no cutting back on that. It's syrupy, thick, really cloyingly overly sweet. They've had to add sugar to this, and it leaves you with an unpleasant burn in your esophagus as it goes down, just like cough syrup. So I'll let him go on. Y'all can.
Well, yeah, you can tell it worked. You're not coughing, so.
Yeah. Good point, Thrash. Good point. And I'm getting better now, but I have been sick in the past. But I got my sense of taste and smell back about 3 days ago, thank God. So go on to everybody else, and I'll think about what I want to give it.
Oh, we lost our moderator, so I don't know who's. Has everybody described the product?
I think so. We would have.
Okay. I haven't. I gave an aroma, but I haven't tasted it. Well, I have tasted it, but I haven't described it yet. So,
okay. So real quick.
Jay can put me back in the basement, bring himself on.
I'll just go ahead and review mine, unless John, you want to go first. I don't know what. Ron
yeah, I'll go real quick, Thrash. So an amber ale. I already gave the appearance, kind of hazy, strange for an amber ale. I was getting some banana, some Belgian yeast notes on the aroma, and that follows through on the taste. It does have a nice malt backbone, getting some caramel notes in the middle, some nice bready notes. It does have that Belgian yeast thing going on, though, which is strange for an amber ale. And it has a little bit of a sourness in the middle as well. Like it's almost like the breading. It's like sourdough bread, I guess, is what I'm getting. It's strange. The alcohol's mass well 5.5. You're not really picking up on any of that. The finish is relatively crisp. Does have a medium carbonation. Pretty smooth overall. It's just a little bit strange for an amber ale. It reminds me more of a Belgian beer than an amber ale. It's just got those strange notes to it.
It's got the color of it too.
It just doesn't fit within the guidelines, within the style of an amber ale, or at least not of the ones that I've had. It doesn't really taste like any other amber ale I've had. So I'll keep sipping on it, and I'll give you a rating when you come back around. So Brian, go for it.
Yeah, that does look like a Belgian too, you know.
Yeah, the hazy, it's just
an
amber ale
red.
It shouldn't be hazy like this. But anyway.
Cool. Anyway, I reviewed it. I reviewed the CBS last night. I like it better when it's a bit chilled. I let it warm up. You get some really good chocolate notes, but they're the bourbon really starts to come out, and I like my stouts, the bourbon stouts, where they're not so overwhelming with the bourbon that it's a big turnoff to me. I like to have the hint of bourbon. I don't like it overpowering unless it's a straight up bourbon stout. So, the head, you can recreate the head very easily with this. It's a very creamy beer, good roasts, and you cannot go wrong with the Founders KBS and the CBS. And I rated this one just behind the KBS. I like the KBS better. So this, I gave it a 96. KBS, I gave it 97. So cheers.
Cheers.
I'm ready for Brian, the BBS, the Brian's Breakfast Stout.
There you go. But yeah, I got my head going. I might try and do something like this brew. We'll see.
Do I need to go?
Looks like it. I guess so.
You want to give a rating?
All right. Well, Backwoods Billy, I'll read what if he didn't post that up, I will go ahead and give that a little read about, he says, laugh out loud, actually the Russians pilots are known to have a distillery on the airbase. They use actual jet fuel for booze. Seriously. That's why they really don't fly much. Fake logs. I wouldn't know that. I don't know that much about. I was in the Army, not the Air Force. So. We had to identify the planes is about it. But yeah, this, think of a really bad mixture of Jolly Rancher, grape Jolly Rancher. Let me try it one more time. Of grape Jolly Rancher, this comes to mind. But it's not sweet and tasteful like that. It's it goes through a transition. It starts out kind of sour and nasty, kind of turns a little more sweeter, but then the burn kicks in and the burn goes down. Now, the burn is lessening now because I've had more in my mouth adjusting to the burn. I can see why they're just toasting and shooting shots more than likely. I don't think you'd want to do this. Is not for tasting, but it does leave a very bad aftertaste. I'm not kidding you. This is not horrible middle. I mean, horrible front. You can live with the middle. Horrible rear end. This is not a drinking whiskey to drink or a spirit just to drink or sip. This is made for shooting, and that's it. So, my score for this
Better in cough syrup.
a 72, because as a party, this would be if you're having a party for your friends, you line up shots. This would be something that everybody would shoot, go nasty, and want to do it again. So it's going to get a 72 from that aspect. That's the best I can do for this. But it is original. The marketing is unique, and it's only saving grace, actually. That's my score.
Oh yeah, I guess it's me. I'm pulling a Jesse right now, taking some notes because I'm not really good about doing these things to begin with. All right, to recap, if y'all didn't remember, Breckenridge Brewery, Christmas Ale, 7.1 ABV. I don't know what the IBUs are. I didn't research it that far. Okay, this is what I come up with. The head dissipates very quickly. It poured real nice. The color is pretty good. It's kind of that copper brownish color like we looked at a while ago, but the head dissipated quickly. Then again, it might have had something to do with my glassware and the way it was cleaned, but that's what I got. The mouthfeel I felt was fairly thin. The aroma was faint, but there was like caramel and like toasted malts. It does have a bit of glass lacing and mildly hoppy to cover the sweetness. It's got a little hoppy in it. It does okay. Overall, it's kind of sweet on the ends. It's average to poor compared to other winter warmers that I've tried. So it's just I wasn't really excited about it. It's kind of the aroma is meh and the flavor is meh. So I guess we're giving numbers now.
Go for it.
Okay, I give it an 82, and I think that's being actually pretty genuine. Anyway, I think that's being
Generous.
Generous. And we're damn sobriety's getting to me. I haven't been drinking today. So yeah, I'll give it an 82, and I feel that's pretty fair for it. Would I buy it again? Probably not. To be very honest, it's not terrible. Would I drink it again? Okay, but I wouldn't buy it again. Just saying. Thanks for having me.
All right.
Right. Short and sweet, right? All right. And a hush comes over the crowd.
On D2.
Now, well, we had a little hush because I had to drop off someone and add me back. Okay. Now, I've been monitoring the whole time. Didn't disappear. So, well, it's kind of like a draw. They're both good. They're both very good. If one would want to drink rum, and I would never actually be looking to do that, but people say, yeah, right, you got like 25 bottles and you do incessant taste challenges. But besides that, I wouldn't drink it. Okay. But it's fine, I mean, it's I was looking at the private comments. Okay, last call for tasting. Yeah, well, Ronald, we get dead air on these things because it's unavoidable due to the limit to 6 people. So you have to switch this guy out, bring this one in. So people are saying, what happens next? You know, so and then somebody was in the basement and didn't have any patience and dropped off, and I would have added the person. But if you join this is 2019. This is not 2079. You know, we're in a very antediluvian technology here. We have very primitive technology in 2019. This is not the future.
This is why I told the head of this company, StreamYard, that you should have people create profiles based on the shows that they do. This way you can put your info in the description of the profile. You know, so you
and they were kind of open-minded to your ideas.
They said it's a great idea. Now, you know, whether or not they're going to do it in a timely fashion is another story, you know.
Right. So if you want to be in the basement and wait, we'll add you. But if you jump in and then you drop right off, there ain't much I can do about it. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Okay, so just wait in the basement. Patience is a virtue. Look, patience is a virtue, so you're going to need to be virtuous. All right.
The virgins,
huh?
Need to be versionless.
You got to wait for the virgin. That takes a lot of patience.
That's right.
I don't think there's any more left.
Well, I think that the one on the left here, you're right. I think this is the Captain Morgan, and I think this is the Bocador. By virtue of the Bocador, I believe is a little sweeter, but it's so minimal. The difference is so minimal. It's irrelevant to the whole challenge. So I'm going to say Bocador wins by default, considering price point. But I'm going to check now. If this one here has the code I'm looking at, then I'll know I'm right or wrong, because there's only 2 choices, right? So here we go. Well. What do you know? When you're dealing with a genius, you get genius results. I got it right. Now Johnny Miller is laughing like, yeah, right. You get it wrong half the time when I watch the Dornbus. Yeah, but not the time that I got it wrong. I got it right, so I'm gonna milk it for everything. I did it. I did it.
Sushi. Wild turkey and sushi.
So I'm proud that I did it. And but I'm a very humble, prideful person, and I'm so humble I would like to make a billboard about it. And so anyway,
did nobody else find that funny?
Well, like I always say, I'm a humble person. I'm the first to admit it. Now, I'm not an actor, but I play one on TV. Okay, now here we go. We're going to go to the next person, John Anili. He's going to give us his score. My score is like they're both excellent. So a 93, let's say 93 out of 100, just to expedite the situation. But I think they're both fine. You don't go wrong with Bocador or Captain Morgan, but then you could spend less money and get Bocador and have equal enjoyment. So why not just get the cheaper one? All right, John Anili, he seemed a little discouraged by that beer, but we'll see.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and give it the final chug.
Greg. I mean, John.
He doesn't know how to chug.
So this is a good beer. I think if it wasn't, I don't know, if it's labeled as a Belgian ale, it might be in the A range, but it falls short as an amber ale. It's not a bad beer, though. It's actually a great beer, and I would definitely recommend it. But like I said, it's a little strange for an amber ale appearance and taste-wise. So it's getting an 88 out of 100 for me, which is a B+. It's still a great beer. I would highly recommend it. But if you're going into it thinking that you're going to get like a Michelob Amberbach type beer, or a traditional amber style beer, this is not that at all. So 88.
Cheers. Good review.
Thank you. Much obliged.
Who hasn't rated yet?
I haven't rated.
Okay, I'm going to go into the basement. Actually, I'm going to step totally out. I've got to get. Oh, thanks for having me. I realize now that Ron has left to get Bumpy in. Thanks for having me, Ron, and I'll see you on the next one. I got to go heat up my shrimp for the next one here, guys. Cheers. Thanks again.
Cheers, everyone.
I was the one in the basement that came in and then dropped out because I saw FF in the Hangouts and I thought it was for Fruit Friday. And I realized it was Fandango Friday, and I said, "Whoop." But I do have a beer. I've been drinking a beer. This one is Sly Thing. It's from Bad Labs. They're out of Somersworth, New Hampshire. And Sly Thing is a 5.5% IPA. I did a video on this just a little bit earlier, so I can just run over the notes on it. You get kind of like a hay, wheat, grainy malt note. Tastes very fresh with those notes. There's a little bit of like a lemon and floral flavor in this, but most of it is the grist. It just comes off as like a very fresh, almost as if you were at the brewery, or if you're a home brewer, as you were brewing it, kind of those aromas and flavors you might get out of the malt as it's being brewed versus adding any hops to it prior. So very, very fresh tasting. If I was going to give this one a score, I'd say probably like an 84 out of 100.
Solid B.
Solid B.
Solid B.
So, Bumpy, do you have the can or bottle still there to show, or did you throw it away?
This isn't a growler. That's the cap.
One of the. Okay, cool.
Okay, slide or something like that. There we go. That way. Sorry, I just got offline with a doctor.
Okay.
I went on Doctor on Demand, and they couldn't help me with my situation online.
Doctor on Demand. I was checking
That's
out
right.
all the exotic.
Yeah, you pay them money, and then they tell you to go see a real doctor.
Now I was checking out the exotic apps that are in the App Store. It's amazing. They got an app for everything. But anyway, Southern Comfort, 1874, New Orleans company. I guess I would have to classify it as a semi-sweet spiced bourbon for special occasion sipping. I do smell like a cinnamon and vanilla combo, but as far as what to compare it to, well, it's great. I'll definitely drink it again. I would give this. I think it's like in a classification all its own, because it's really not a liqueur, but it's close. And yeah, a moderately sweet spiced bourbon. I'll give it a 95% out of 100 for what it is, and then plus the history of it and how old the company is, and it's just legendary heavy hitter. I mean, I wouldn't drink it all the time. It's still a little too sweet for that. It's like saying I got cases of stout, up to the ceiling, and I'm going to guzzle that every day. It's not something that you want to do. But anyway, yeah. Are you on the porcelain throne, Ron DiTirio? Where's Ron? Anyway, yeah. So that because even Ron agreed, it's a spiced bourbon, and that's it. 95. I'll give it a 95% for being sort of a hybrid between a bourbon and a. Oh, you're not on the porcelain throne. Only Gabriel does reviews from the porcelain throne. Okay. But anyway, when Ron comes back at the very tail end, Joe's got to give his score. All right.
Yep. So just to recap, this is a Massachusetts winter. Forgot to mention it's also a Scotch ale. There's definitely a lot of malt to it. Really enjoying it. It's a really good beer. I still like the Wachusett Blueberry a little bit better. This is not bad at all. If you don't like a lot of spice, though, you might not like this particular beer. This ale, there's a lot of spice to it. I am liking it a lot, though. I like holiday beers a little bit to be a little bit more malty. I'm going to give it a solid 90. It's not quite like outstanding, but it's very good. I would get it again. It was I forgot to mention it was $8.99 for a 6-pack. And this particular bottle is bottled on October 30th. But again, it's very good. I would get it again. I give it about an A- to 90. So. Not bad at all. Gonna open another one, actually.
There you go. Wachusett is only available up there in Massachusetts, so I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I've seen Alex drink it sometimes too. I don't know if it makes it up to New Jersey, but I saw he reviewed the pumpkin one they had, the Booyah, which is also pretty good too.
Yeah.
I've seen him review a couple of Wachusetts, but definitely in Mass. It's like in Central Mass. Pretty popular out here. But this is probably my second favorite of theirs besides Blueberry. So I definitely recommend it. It's like an A-.
He says called Wachusett or Watusa, like Watusa?
Oh, Wachusett, yeah.
Oh, Wachusett. Okay.
Yep. Wachusett Winter. Yep.
All right.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, that other one from New England was really good too. Lunch, I've had that. The one that.
From the main beer company.
Yeah, the one with the plain white label. Very a lot of simplicity in the label. It was like
okay, I think you're talking about the main one. Yeah, it is good. I've had it.
Yeah, that company was good. I think it was like the pumpkin ale or something.
Yeah. Really enjoy Allagash too. If you like wheat beers, Maine also really good.
Pump King Imperial Pumpkin Ale was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I had that as well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, got to drop. Got to go to another stream here in a minute. So,
final comments. To Backwoods Billy and to Ron DiTirio, who became very shy all of a sudden. There was my friend Nathan from Tennessee sent me a video. There was a big PETA, not the bread. I mean the animal rights activist demonstration down south, and they were vegans, and they had all these very large turkeys set up like they were ready to go in the oven, and there was a man. A real horse's ass dude, on his back with his legs up in the air and his underwear, like trying to mimic the turkeys, and they were telling people not to kill turkeys, not to eat turkey for Thanksgiving. But my comment was, we're at the top of the food chain. We're made to be omnivorous creatures, and I'm going to gorge myself on lots of turkey, Jay, and Backwoods Billy. So that was my interesting story. I'll try to find the video. It was hilarious. The guy was on his back in his white underwear with his legs up, like a turkey's.
Like a dumbass.
Like a dumbass. Yeah. He was like a scrawny, like when Trump called Schiff, he's a little pencil neck. Yeah, the guy was a little pencil neck guy, a vegan.
I'm dropping, guys. We'll see you later.
Take care.
I'll see you over there later.
You got it.
Hey, Whiskey, have you had the Jack Daniel's cider at all? I think it's called Winter Jack.
No, I've never had the Winter Jack. I've had Jack Daniel's Fire.
Yep.
That's the cinnamon whiskey, and there's one other one. It's a honey. The Jack Daniel's
honey is good. Yeah.
I prefer the wild turkey honey. That's if I'm sick, and I didn't have none this sickness, believe it or not, because I consumed it all the last couple of times. But it's really good. I've never tried the wild turkey sting, which has got I think the cinnamon and the honey together. Yeah. Someday I need to try that one too.
Winter Jack is really good. I think I'd give it.
I'll have to give I'll give it a spin then. This guy's is not. I'm going to be really honest. This is
Not feeling it. Yeah.
yeah. This may be an acquired taste for somebody, but it's not in my wheelhouse in the even remote.
This turkey is, he's right. There are turkeys all over. And what about wild boar down south? They must be make a nice pig roast.
I don't think they shoot them a lot down there, but a lot of them don't get cooked. I know that. Some do, some don't. Depends on who shoots it and who wants to take the time to prepare it. Mostly because they're a nuisance animal now, especially in Louisiana.
Yeah, what's that big rat? Nubia, John?
Nutria.
Nutria.
Yeah. This came from South America. Look, I wasn't being shy. I just wanted to drop out so I could give everybody a chance to talk, and I didn't want to, you know what? The guest should get the attention.
Yeah, that was only sarcasm. That wasn't.
Yeah, I know. Well, look, I appreciate everybody joining, and I want to say to James, I hope you reconsider giving up Fandango Friday and Wildcard Wednesday, and like Casey and the Sunshine Band said,
do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight.
Don't go.
No, you know what it is? You know what it is? I just didn't want to see that certain individual from southeastern Massachusetts, his mug, because he stiffed me the last minute for my Fandango Friday After Dark extravaganza. And I know that Ron D. Jeremy always lets me know ahead of time what his schedule is. And
right. I know you were upset about getting stiffed, and that's not the first time that's happened. And
you know, I mean, you know, just give me heads up. Like Ron DeJeremy always tells me way ahead of time his availability. You know.
But James, I'm from New Hampshire, not Massachusetts.
Not you.
No, he's talking about you.
You. I'm talking about the guy that's trying to put beeswax in his mustache now.
I think I know who.
Yeah, I don't mention any names.
Supposed to do a hangout. Eric was supposed to do Fandango After Dark, and then they had it all set up. And then at the last minute, he said, "Oh, I'm not going to show up because I'm going to do a rock show or whatever." And James P. Madonna got mad and said, "Okay, I'm going to resign from doing beer examinations in Fandango Friday from now on because I'm ticked off." But I was thinking maybe this could be reconsidered because.
Yeah,
you know, Paul McCartney. The Beatles didn't need to break up, and this doesn't need to stop.
Well,
but you know, I can't.
Yoko Ono was really a royal pain in the ass to the Beatles in reality, and they shouldn't have allowed her to break up the Beatles. Really.
No, right.
You know, but then you know, I got to see him, and he's like, well, I can ignore him. I mean, I don't have to talk to him.
What about CCR? They never got back together.
No. Well, I mean, you know, Eric will come back.
That's a different conversation, guys.
Eric, yeah, it's like the old man down the road and run into the jungle. Run through the jungle. Look, Eric is going to come back on Fandango Friday. He's going to be artistic, and you know, artists are eccentric.
Let him do his thing about the biscuit. The beer tastes like a biscuit. It's crackery, bready, this, and just leave him alone. Let him do his thing, and that's it. You know.
I got to jump off here too because I got some Kung Pao shrimp I got to put.
Okay. All right.
Take care, man.
See you guys later.
Friar Tuck.
Friar Tuck. Look, drama is what we do because that's basically. All right, but
yeah, men. Yeah. Even men have drama. It's not always women in the office, you know.
Right. Although they're very good at it. But anyway, so I don't know. I don't know what the status is of Fandango Friday because if James is going to quit, I was just going to call it Fan Friday, you know, Fantastic Friday. But
well, if I have a beverage, then I will tell you days ahead of time. Unlike some people, I will not tell you the last minute. And then we'll take it from there. I mean, you know, sometimes you have bingo. It's life, you know. I mean,
I do work at bingo once a month, but all the money goes to the disabled children, so we don't keep the money. And then minus the expenses, we do have to pay for air conditioning and.
Now, speaking of donations, there is something on PayPal called a Patreon account. Hey, there we go. Don't crimp the shrimp, as Red Fox said on
Looks
Stanford.
good.
Don't crimp.
Yeah, I got to pop over because Alex is
Okay, showcase.
beaming me up, Scotty.
Okay, showcase again.
Yeah, Patreon.
Showcase the shrimp again. Showcase the shrimp again.
Yeah, a
yeah.
Patreon account is on PayPal.
Fried shrimp. I put these in the air fryer. These are air fried shrimp, some cocktail sauce.
Okay, we all have a good time now.
Good enough. You don't have to cook it either.
That's right.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
All right.
A Patreon.
Thanks for having me on here, Ron.
James, what were you saying now?
Patreon account is where people make donations to your organization on PayPal. Like, in other words, your donation could be, if you want to learn more about craft beer, please donate so I can purchase more booze or more beer. And then they would make, I mean, there are people doing this already that have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube. They set up what they call a Patreon.
Right.
So I'm just wondering.
Well, I mean, I have enough money to buy my own liquor, and I don't want people sending me money. But I mean,
I do. I want people to.
Does that mean you have to report it to the IRS if people make gift donations? Though
it's a write-off.
I don't know. I don't know how that works, but
he could be a pastor of a cult. We can call it a religious organization, and then it'll be tax exempt.
There you go.
We call it beer review group cults.
Yeah, cults. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, let's just play it by ear. You know, like this executive director says, you don't have to always like or love the people you work with. It is possible to work together, and and not be buddies with everybody. So.
Yeah, I like everybody. Although some people get on my nerves, but I like everybody. I don't like when people stand me up. That happened to me before, so don't feel isolated.
Now, PayPal. Was that Backwoods Billy that said that before that?
Yeah.
Okay. There are a lot of people. One of them is Coach Adams. He's a male rights activist. He gives a lot of great tips to men, and he receives Patreon donations through PayPal, and he's doing quite well. He's flying to Tahiti. He's going all over the place.
A lot of podcasts do that on YouTube. Have a Patreon.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
I mean,
not uncommon.
He could be Richard and Joel Osteen. This Ron DiTerrio.
Right.
Hey, that was funny when the young lady was on and everyone was flirting. Remember? They were all. Okay, yeah, when the young lady was on, I was like, hey, I gotta come on the show.
Yeah, I got that Harpoon winter warmer too. I haven't had it yet. I saw you reviewed it a couple years ago or last year maybe.
Right. Well, hold on a second, Joe. Now, James likes to close out with his bosun whistle, so let's let him do a full unexpurgated bosun whistle.
A re-bosun? No, he can mention what he mentioned. He's a paisan. He can.
I was talking about Harpoon, but go ahead. This is more important.
Oh, you got a harp? A harpoon? Like
yeah, we haven't been getting Harpoon beers around here lately, so it's very disappointing. I like their winter warmer, and I like their fall beer. I like so many of their beers. It's really disgusting.
What I love about New England beers, Ron DiTerrio, is that they look like tropical fruit smoothies. They're very inviting, very pleasing to the eyeball. Like all the IPAs that Eric brought on the shows, they look really like inviting, like it was made with mango and papaya and passion fruit, or I don't know,
grapefruit.
Yeah, there's just something about them that they have a very fruity look to them.
Now, this could be something we could start, but I don't know how you would abbreviated.
Well, I'm going to do. That's what Alpha Males, my private chat group, is about, and the show will be based on. It's called MGTOW, Men Going Their Own Way. If you go on Facebook and not Facebook, YouTube, and it's called Red Pill, where men are not chasing women anymore. They're not pursuing them because of what me and Ron talked about in one or two other shows about feminism and what feminism did to straight heterosexual relationships.
Oh yeah, we had a good conversation about that.
Yeah, and that's what this is all based on. They've gotten so with the power, the man-hating agenda power, with all their crap, that men are just fed up. They go, where have all the good old-fashioned men gone? I want a gentleman. Yeah, well, you chase them away. If you marry them, they take you to the poorhouse. They get a lawyer. If you have a child with them, they take you to a worse poorhouse. Yes, this man is right. And now there's coaches out there, MGTOW coaches that get, that talk about lots of subjects like dinner and drink scammers, and if you move in together, the woman takes over the house. She doesn't respect your man cave. You pay for everything, and I mean everything. And yeah, stuff like that. So that's what the alpha male thing is about. The only thing is we allow smut. So I don't think Ron would care for that. Now, if Ron wanted to do other political shows, I'm open for more political shows done in a professional manner, using a proper language. I'm still open for them. But I just want to say that's what alpha male is about. And I think Joe is on it. I'm not sure. I think it could be.
What's
wrong.
that?
I think you're on. Are you on that private chat thing?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of dudes on there. Yeah, politics, like the effect of what feminism has done in a political way. That would be good. So, Mr. Zero, I will. What are you known as on? Well, actually, I'm Progressive Discussions on YouTube. So if you want to subscribe or comment, or I'm sure I can find you and let you know when it's going to be. Yeah, I'll just put. You know what? I'll just put the alpha male link is on my health and fitness group. You know what I can do? I'll put it on a right wing, no, a chicken wing, a buffalo chicken wing. So why is it called a buffalo wing? Was it in?
Oh well, I'll tell you that real fast, and then we got to get off the air.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a guy that had a bar in Buffalo, New York, like around 1981, and they were doing Monday Night Football. Like, come to the bar, and somehow the person that was supposed to deliver the food didn't deliver it, and it was a big kind of commotion. So he didn't know what to do. He had a bunch of chicken wings, which he was going to throw out, and he said, "Well, what do I do? What do I do?" So he come up with this spicy sauce to put on the wings. And he served them to the customers and was thinking, I hope I don't get put out of business for this. And the customers were saying, man, these wings are great. What a great invention. And so since they were invented in Buffalo, New York, they became known as buffalo wings.
And it became the national NFL snack, like the go-to food for people watching football.
For the Buffalo team, not that good.
Right. But it's interesting that buffalo wings were done as like a stopgap measure to when the regular food didn't show up, and then it became like this big sort of like cultural phenomena the last 30 years when it was really just trying to avoid a disaster. It's kind of funny,
I'm surprised they make enough money to survive, the Buffalo Bills.
They're doing better this year. The defense is better at least this year.
By the way, we went to Fong's. No, sorry, retraction. They're out of business. We went to Young's Garden on Louisiana Highway 49 in Kenner on Thursday, and we had some very good Chinese food. And it was the first time I ever tried General's chicken.
First time ever, General Tso's?
Not General Tso's chicken, but just it's called General's chicken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there's General Chen, General So. I think they were real generals. The Chinese ladies don't know. When I ask them, they get all confused. They don't know who these generals are, but it's not bad. I found a very pretty Chinese lady that does recipes on YouTube, and I've been putting her videos on the International Food and Drink group. Everything is food, and she's now I know why she has so many subscribers. She's quite good looking, and she's a great cook. I mean, her recipes, when they're finished, are very aesthetic. They're very attractive to look at, you know, for presentation.
Yeah, and they have some really incredible Asian cooking. And when we were at the restaurant, the lady wanted to know if we wanted some egg lore, and the egg lore was great.
Never heard of that.
Never had, yeah.
I call it egg roll.
Oh, yeah, egg roll. She said something. Roll. She called it roll.
Egg lore. She was having trouble pronouncing egg roll. Lore.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was raining out, and the Chinese woman in the takeout said, "It's a good weather for frock." I go, "Excuse me." It's a good weather for frock. I go, "You mean frog?" She was trying to say frog, ribbit. I thought she was trying to say something else, but
well, I mean, if I went to Asia and tried to speak their languages, I'm sure people would make fun of me.
They make fun of me all the time when I try to say something in Chinese.
Yeah, I wouldn't take offense to it. But, anyway, it was a beautiful lunch, and they had wonton soup with broccoli in it, which I'd never had broccoli before. You know.
Yeah, never.
You know, there's a soup called Yat Gourmet, which has noodles in it and pork, roast pork or chicken. Yat Gourmet, some vegetables, maybe baby bok choys. Yeah.
I've been craving hibachi.
Well, we're going to close it out, but James is going to give us a Jews harp exposition.
Yes, it was very Fandango Friday. It was very pleasant.
Yes.
It's very pleasant. You have just departed our insane alpha male pirate ship.
Well, that was better than Kukla, Fran, and Ali, and you can't even get that. You can't get that in every beer hangout.
No, and you can't get educated in other beer hangouts like the ones hosted by this man here.
Winter beers, whatever winter beer you want to bring, I've got mine from Texas.
Yeah, Sam Adams Winter Ale, I think is
winter lager. Yeah, winter lager. Yeah.
It's made of wheat. I could be wrong though.
Very good.
They do. Christmas white, Samuel Adams Christmas white beer. Yep.
Haven't had that.
All right. So that's it. This video is over.
Oh.